and I know how to spot them. I was just driving by and went and backed up, so we're gonna go check that out. I don't know how well the lighting's gonna do, but there's a concave burnt out spot in each one of these posts. So we'll check out the end one first because it looks like the light might be doing a little better right here. A little tough, hold on. Give me some light in there. There we go, you can see, highly burned. Up to about here. This is unburned wood here. That's unburned here. And it burnt out this concave spot. Like there was a post that ran from here over to here. See, it's highly burnt on the right, unburnt on the left. A little tough with the lighting here to get this. But you can see this metal post sticking out right here. Right here. So what happened here, not exactly sure. I'll hold my speculations off until I document it a little more. Here we go. We can see the front side of this pretty good. See how it's all burnt out in here? Completely unburnt here. I mean brown, untouched wood, not even singed. Blackened inside to the point of being charred. It goes all the way up. As you can see right here, a clear line of delineation between unburned and highly burned inside. So I assume if you've been watching my videos that by now you know this is plasma fire. This is electricity that came up from the ground. Let's go check a couple of these more out and then I'll turn the camera off and just walk around and observe and try and make some assessments of what happened here. But the bottom line is plasma. That's what burnt out these little spots in each one of these posts. And didn't burn the top or the bottom. See this one, you can see this hole back in here where it looks like there was a nail or something, and you can kind of see where things have grounded. Like whatever the post was sticking out of here is the same as the metal rod coming out of the other one. Maybe. Like I said, I'm gonna just walk around and look at this for a minute, try and figure out if I can glean any more understanding of what happened here. But the bottom line is you can clearly see highly burned, if it would focus. Highly burned in there, unburned out here. And on all three of these, at the same exact height, there, that one down there, you can see the concaved out of it. Right here, this concave part that's been chewed out of the post on the end is the same as right here, and the same as right here. And the rest of the post from here up and from here down is relatively unburned. There is some spotty burning, but generally it just carved out a spot, right? Like there was a post running down here, almost maybe there was a metal beam. Maybe that's what it was. There was a metal beam jointed to each one of these posts going all the way down. And possibly it was hooked to this metal ratchet. Not sure, that's why I say let me take another look at this. And
in a quarter mile, turn right onto Road 34.
Okay. But when I'm driving by and I see these three posts, all three have this spot chewed out of them. This one actually gives you a pretty good shot. If I can get the profile. There's my fist in the thing, so it ate out a piece of the post twice the size of my fist. Leaving the rest of the post completely untouched, completely unburned, but removing this shape and size of a piece. Like there was a metal rod that ran down here that worked as a grounding agent to draw the electricity. And each one of these posts has a similar, you can see it down here on this one, here on this one. And I've seen this before. It could have just been another one of these posts. It could have just been another wooden post that had some metal attachments. As I found on that other one, there was the metal beam coming out. But here's a good example of what it does. Totally untouched on the outside. Removes that much of this post and burns it clear to the backside, but there's a straight line right here between burned and unburned. And while it's sizzling this out, it didn't catch fire, there was no flame, or it would have burned the rest of the post all the way up to the top. So it can chew something right down to a pile of ash and never even produce a flame. Thus, field-activated combustion synthesis. It is electricity sizzling this wood to the point where a lot of it just completely disappears and what's remaining is turned to charcoal. And you can see the line. That's my hand in there horizontal. That's how deep it is. So it can take out that much wood, but leave the rest completely untouched. Right here, this line right here. Look how clear cut that is. Between burn and unburn. So, I'm gonna just make this a short video and let that be. Let it be, let it be. Let it be what it is. Whatever that may be. Because it truly is. Hard to even wrap your mind around what's going on here. When there's giant chunks burnt out of these posts as I'm driving by. And I have to go, and it's so common now, I don't even ask myself, what was that? I already know what it is. It's just more of the same. Plasma fire. Unburnt here, starts right here. And kind of blacken the rest of the post. But anyway. I feel like I'm getting a little bit redundant with this one, but I mean, check it out. Totally carved out that much wood along these 3 posts at the same height all the way down. So even if it is a little redundant. Apparently we are the last generation, so it's not like you got a whole lot of time to be doing anything else. Not like you got priorities and this falls on the back burner somewhere. This should be front and center. In fact, that's what I will add a little constructive, helpful advice. Next time someone's giving you shit and trying to put you in a bad mood, cast this spell. Plasma Fire Parasite Protection Shields Up. As a reminder to yourself that whatever stupid dumb shit they're getting you worked up over and they think acting like it matters more than anything else and they won't stand for it and they want you to get all worked up and mad about something that don't matter. Plasma Fire Parasite Protection Shields Up. Because there are parasites, spiritual parasites, archons if you will, that are attached to everybody. Everyone. You are a spirit inhabiting a physical body. But there are other spirits attached to and inhabiting that body with you. And some people have spirits in them that are going to try and lure you into their state of mental and emotional chaos and disturbance. And when they try and get you worked up about something that don't matter, or you find yourself getting pissed off about things that aren't helpful to concern yourself with, remember this. Remember, time is short. We're the last generation, and whatever it is you think is more important right now, prioritize it. But thinking about this and remembering this will help you to forget about and minimize and put into proper proportion whatever other stupid meaningless stuff you're getting worked up about, and let it go. Because whatever it is, it's going to derail you and distract you and keep you from the path of progression, of spiritual growth and development that this time is meant for. That's what these are. These are the signs of the times. And God said there would be signs in the heaven and earth, not just so you go, oh, yep, see, saw the signs. It's so that you would know what to prioritize in your mind and focus your attention on. Oh, had me a spider crawling on me. And when people try to snag your attention and focus it upon some meaningless, trivial thing that they're trying to get you ensnared with animosity and contempt and hostility and anger and frustration, remember this. Remember that by comparison, whatever they're trying to get you focused on and fighting about doesn't matter. That's their archon, that's their spiritual parasite that's attached to them that's trying to draw you into the frequency. Think of it like this. Like moss, like mold, like fungus that gets inside of you and operates on a radio frequency. Those are the spirits. They call them thetans in the religion of Scientology. And they say you can use an e-meter to find your thetans and see how many of these little tiny spiritual parasites you have on you and to get rid of them. Well, it doesn't require the e-meter and you don't need to know them as thetans, but there are spiritual parasites. And other people's spiritual parasites will try to draw you into their frequency and get you pissed off about things that don't matter in order to distract you, in order to get you focused upon things that are not going to help you in this path of growth and development, and focusing upon things that truly matter with the knowledge and recognition that we are in the final days. We are the last generation, period. The world as we knew it is already dead. So when someone gets you trying to defend yourself or justify yourself or argue with them about some shit that only exists in the world as we knew it, remember that don't exist anymore. That don't matter anymore. Don't allow yourself to focus your attention, effort, energy, and resources on things that don't matter anymore. And when someone gets in your way and starts trying to get you to engage with them in some sort of debate that is not conductive and conducive and productive to your growth and development spiritually, and instead gets you distracted and redirected onto some path about things that don't matter, because that is the stuff of the temporal world that no longer exists or matters. Throw up your plasma fire parasite protection shields. Remember, the plasma fires are everywhere, and don't let those spiritual parasites enter into your mind and draw your frequency into their range by getting you to focus on things that don't matter, or that get you pissed off, or that get you frustrated about things that are here nor there. In the bigger picture, in the larger scheme of things, most of that stuff don't matter. Most of what people spend their day focusing on, debating or discussing, is small talk that I can't even stand listening to, much less what they get ensnared in defending and arguing and bickering about. Small talk. Remember the big picture, what you're here for. Whatever you're here for, now is the time. Do what you came here to do. Time is of the essence, and we don't have a whole lot left. And when you find yourself getting drawn into doing something that's not really focused on the big picture, and you start focusing on one of these little microscopic nuances of debate that get you frustrated or angry or retaliating with revenge and animosity and contempt and bitterness and ridicule, throw your plasma fire spiritual parasite protection shields up, just by remembering that this is happening everywhere. And by remembering that, you'll be able to redirect your own attention and your own energy, and not let these spiritual parasites latch onto your frequency and direct and focus your attention on things that they want you to focus on, other than your own personal spiritual growth and development that will allow you to pass gracefully through these transition periods. So, off we go. Plasma fires! Spiritual parasite protection shields up! Doo-doo-doo!